Here is part 1. Title: Collagen. But a lot of people don't realize that collagen plays a much bigger role in that than what we really think. We usually think that collagen just plays a role in our cartilage or connective tissue and things like that. But if it wasn't for the collagen, we could never actually build the muscle properly. See, two things are happening when you're breaking down muscle fibers. You're having a regeneration of those muscle fibers, kind of a replication of cells, which I'll talk about in a second. And then you actually have a production of scar tissue, connective scar tissue, that allows this to happen. So it makes your muscles a little bit tougher, a little bit stronger. And sometimes they build up tough and strong in the wrong places and they end up with these nasty knots. Okay, plain and simple. But collagen is a huge cofactor in that process happening and what allows us to actually recover. So what they did is they put subjects through an intense workout. And then for 3 weeks, they measured their collagen synthesis levels, not their collagen levels, but their actual synthesis levels, basically looking to find out how much of a demand there was for collagen. What they found is in the first week, there was a huge demand for type 3 collagen synthesis. What this means is that type 3 collagen was there to actually stop the trauma, to help the healing process, to start the muscle on its road to recovery so that it can be healthy. Then the rest of the time of that 3-week period, there was an increase in type 1 collagen synthesis. What does all this mean? Well, type 1 collagen is there to just rejuvenate the muscle, help it get a little bit more flexible, help support it, help give it the glue and the structure that it needs to become bigger and stronger. So this repair phase, and then there's get bigger, get stronger phase. And collagen played a huge role in both. So now knowing this, we know that collagen legitimately has a purpose in muscle recovery. Well, just outside the muscle fiber, we have these cells. And these cells are called satellite cells. And they're called satellite cells because they sit outside the muscle fiber, kind of like little satellites. And what happens is when there is muscle trauma, even the tiny little bit, the satellite cells turn on, they get activated, and they fuse together. And when what they do is they fuse together and then they fuse to the muscle cell, the muscle fiber, so the muscle fiber gets bigger. So we already have these cells that are floating around the muscle waiting to get activated and waiting to fuse to make the muscle bigger. Because obviously muscles grow when we work them. That's the whole job of them, they adapt. So then those satellite cells replicate because they have a nuclei, because they replicate, we can repeat this process over and over. So think of it like this muscle cell. Satellite cell, floating satellite cell gets activated, fuses, and adds the muscle fiber. But then the satellite cell replicates and creates another satellite cell that floats, okay, and then it gets activated again. And it grows. Floats and grows because they can replicate. That's how we build muscle. But collagen plays a big part in this. You see, collagen is the glue. And without the glue, that satellite cell can't fuse to the muscle cell. So it would never really happen. So we need the collagen, we need the glue to get that satellite cell to glue to the muscle fiber. And then we need other forms of protein to build around that and grow and stimulate more recovery. So collagen is the glue that holds our muscle recovery and our muscle growth all together. So now that we know this, let's take it one step further and break down collagen into the amino acids. Okay, we've got glycine, we've got proline, and we have arginine. Those are the 3 amino acids that make up our good friend collagen. And they all have something to do with muscle recovery and joint health. First off, let's look at protein, because protein's job is to rebuild connective tissue and rebuild some of the encapsulation of muscles. It's the harder proteins that we really need to build, again, the cartilage, the connective tissues, things like that. Then we have the glycine. Glycine is what gives the muscles the flexibility. It's what gives them sort of that ability to move and be able to go through different ranges of motion. It's adding the flexibility. So if we didn't have that, we'd have very stiff, rigid muscles all the time. And then arginine, the last amino acid, encourages blood flow. So that's allowing the glycine and allowing the proline to get to where it needs to go to rebuild the outer surface of the muscle and the connective tissue that supports the muscle. That is all the notes for this tag. Thank you for listening.